Are you in the game though? Peace in family, it's your brother from another motherland. And that's my question to you today. Are you in the game though? Family, remember, my one message to everyone here is this, yeah? No matter what you're doing for a living, no matter what energy you woke up with today, no matter what rhythm you find yourself on, no matter what career, industry, it doesn't matter. What will always be true, family, is that no one can play your game. And so this is a call to action to everybody. To sit comfortably in your game. Whatever you want to change about your world, whatever you want to shift as an experience in this world, in this life, from top to bottom, it's always going to be about how you yourself play your spiritual game, family. You with me? This is fun because it means that, well, two things. It means that we can slow down. And it also means that we have the opportunity to, especially now in this digital era, we now have the great opportunity to really curate our life to the exact frequency, energy, vibe that connects to us personally. Does that make sense? Meaning, the excuse that you can't do what you want to do because of where you're from is no longer valid. The excuse that you can't express what you want to express because of who you are is no longer valid. The excuse that your job is the reason you can't spend time with family is not valid. The excuse that your family is the reason you can't spend time on your work is not valid. You get what I'm saying? This separation, this constant separation of self, where I am my skill, or I am my religion, or I am my work, or I am my No. We now have to be very creative about how each aspect of our lives are complementary to the soul that we are living in. You see? And doing that now becomes less about what the industry standard or the bog standard or the status quo is. It's more about how you make those things work for you. Everyone has to work. Everyone has to earn a living. Everyone has to contribute to society. Everyone has to eat. Everyone has to have a place to live. Everyone has to have communion. How, where, why, what? It's going to be totally up to you. And knowing that you are in a game. You are in a spiritual game. What you call your body is your cartridge to play a spiritual game. And that spiritual game doesn't begin with you. Someone brought you here, so that means you are a continuation of a collaboration, which are your parents. And this is why in Africa, ancestors and connecting with your ancestors and conversating and communicating with your ancestors was such an important thing, because they were your medium between you and what the rhythm of the Most High wants for you. And what do I mean by the rhythm of the Most High? The Most High, what we call God, Allah, Tik, Oludumare, Yahweh, what we call the Most High Creator, is the aspect of our spirit that is connected. So it's the web that actually brings all of us together in unison. You see, what we call God, the Most High, the Creator, is the web where all of us are the same. However, the purpose of us being physically alive is not so we can be the same. It's actually so we can experience the plethora, the multitude, the bounty of expressions of the one creator. So we are actually alive to be different. That's also something valuable for you to understand. We are alive physically in flesh to be different. Yes? And by being different, that interaction of differences, red and yellow, what happens when you bring them together, green and blue, what happens when you bring them together, all of these things, the interaction of them is where we get to enjoy life. And enjoyment of life is your spiritual purpose. Now, where this becomes nuanced is the spiritual purpose we've come to fulfill in this time. And this is why I say it's a game. Because if you work with my analogy for a second, just like Nintendo can create Mario and can create Donkey Kong, yes, though they come from the same world known as Nintendo, their games are specifically different. So Nintendo is the essential identity of Mario and Donkey Kong. However, when you play either one of those games, you get an entirely different narrative. You get an entirely different origin story. You get an entirely different character. You get an entirely different journey, challenge, power, enemy, therefore, and a completely different curriculum of success. Now, if you're following my analogy, this applies to you and everyone you will ever meet in life. So let's follow the analogy. We are all part of the game, what we call life or Maisha. We are all part of the Maisha network. Yes? Now, Maisha meaning Nintendo, that is our console. And we all tap into it when we breathe. Now, however, we've all manifested in different pods known as our physical body. And that game, funny enough, game actually means meat or flesh. Yes? This game that I call Mikhail, and you might call Priscilla, or you might call Daniel, or you might call Evelyn, whatever it is, this game that you have has a specific requirement. Because your game comes with a story. Your game comes with a backstory called your DNA. Yes? Your game comes with a particular challenge that you need to fulfill. Yes? And it also comes with particular powers. Even in the same family. Yes? Mario, Luigi, they have different powers and different challenges and different roles they need to fulfill. So this is what I mean when I say life is a game and Ma'at is the manual. I mean that your life, no one else can play the game you've been given. And so what I have fun doing as a spiritual coach is helping people understand the console that we're living in, meaning the joystick we've been given, the control pad. Yes, Ma'at is the control pad. The Metruneta is the control pad. And what we do is help people understand the controls, the console, yes, which is life, Maisha, yes, and the network that we come from, the control pad to understand how to push your buttons as a character in the game. Donkey Kong, again, follow the analogy. Donkey Kong and Mario are different characters, different games. However, they are controlled by the same pad. You see? So, Ma'at and the 11 laws of the Spirit is how you get to know the gamepad. Oh, what's this button here? What's this button? Oh, this is how they're connected. Then you start to understand, okay, if imagination is a spiritual power or a spiritual button, and affirmation is a spiritual button, right? And breathing is another spiritual button. Yes. Exercise, movement, dance is another spiritual button. What happens when I put this button and this button together? Do you get it? This is what I do when I'm helping you find your spiritual game. This is what my passion, this is what my work for the last decade has been. Via World Changers, Waroho House, and Chesaroho. So it's the most exciting thing for me to be able to do for people is, one, help them understand the spiritual game that we're all here to play, and then help them get closer to their rhythm, their particular way of playing, their control pad. You see what I'm saying, family? So I've created these cards, yes, that break down the Metroneta, the 11 laws of the Spirit. And on the other side of the cards, we have affirmations that allow us to have a deeper understanding of this control pad. I'm going to be sharing this a lot more, but today we're going to talk about one of the laws that's been speaking to me today. In fact, two. I'll do two. Yeah? The first one on my list is Sakeh. Sakeh. Sakeh represents emotion, energy that moves. So how I break down Sakeh is, have you ever seen the opening of a flower? Yes? You ever seen a flower bloom? Go on the internet and just look at flowers bloom. Or, forget that, even better, go outside and just watch nature move. And nature produce. Yeah? Because I can say, go and look at a tree moving, but you'll say, oh, that's the breeze, that's the wind. So I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about, even though it's a quality of what I'm talking about. Have you ever watched a flower bloom? Or watch a butterfly come out of its cocoon? Yeah? Or watch condensation. Or watch the sun go down. This is what is known as Sakeh. It's the aspect of life that moves things, right? If you think about how your internal system, even though you can't see it, you know that blood flows through your body, and that oxygen takes blood and pushes it in this direction throughout your body, and your heart pumps. This is another one. That's the most beautiful one. Your heart pumping. What is moving that? What power makes your heart go like this? What power is that? That is called Sakeh. Now, this is the law of Sakeh. When the emotions of man manifest in response to the word of God, they have the power to influence the course of any and all events in the world. One more time. When the emotions, the energetic movement of you and I comes as a result of the word of God, then those very same emotions, those energies have the power to influence the course of any and all events in the world. This is a deep one that I'm going to get into more, but again, I want to bring you back to the fact that there is a power that moves in life that isn't controlled by your opinion or my opinion. There's a power that moves blood throughout our body, that pumps energy into our heart, that makes our heart beat, that allows us to breathe, that helps flowers bloom, that helps you grow hair on your body or push sickness out of your body. There's a power there that moves and animates and produces life irrespective of what we say or how we feel. That power is always happening, okay? That's what you call OI, organic intelligence, Sakir. This law is saying that if you can learn how to align emotions that come through you with that rhythm, if you can get on that rhythm, then what will manifest from you is the power to curate or influence any and all events in the world. Why? Because that power isn't dependent on events in the world. It exists irrespective of what is going on in the human affairs. So that's really powerful. And so one of the things I really want to encourage us to do is become watchers of our lives, become watchers of emotions, and do one of two things as a practice from now on. When an emotion comes to you, yeah, and this practice requires you to be in full meditation in terms of how you live, of your highest intentions. Your highest intentions have to be a way of life at this point. Meaning what you want from your life has to be in your work. Like wherever's bringing you money has to represent the highest reflection of the self you want to experience. Or it's a waste of time, or it's a bad program. You see, it's not a rhythm for you. If where you get money, which is going to be one of the most important staples in your life, where you get money is one of the most important staples in your life. Why? Because regardless of how you feel, you always show up to work. Because on a foundational level, going to work or getting business means that you keep the lights on, you keep the phone on, you keep the fridge filled up, you keep the cabinet stored, you keep movement in your essential life. And so therefore, where you get work as a spiritual program is more powerful than a book you're going to read. Yes? Because of the rhythm you have to physically engage with. So a life hack is, a key to your spiritual game is where you make your money. Do your utmost best in this era of life to make where you make money an immediate reflection of how you want to spiritually live. Meaning, where you make money should be an answer to your health goals, an answer to your mental goals, an answer to your material goals, an answer to your physical health goals. It shouldn't be against any of those things, it should be for it. Yes? So, when that becomes your meditation, then it becomes easier to do the following as a practice. When an emotion comes to you, do one of two things. Either apply that emotion to the production, to the factory of your highest intentions, meaning use that emotion to be a productive energy towards your highest intentions for self and life. Or, if you can't do that, ignore the emotion completely. Use it as a practice for peace. Yes? Because emotion is only an opportunity to produce, to activate, to move. However, it is not a law that you must move on an emotion that comes to you. You have the absolute freedom to ignore any emotion that comes to you. Because your true identity is peace. Your true identity is beyond any and all emotions. So you can always reserve the right to do nothing. You can always reserve the right to ignore any emotional stimuli that comes to you. You see, emotions are opportunities. They're options that you can use and resources that are abundantly available. You see? But ignoring them puts you in a seat of being able to choose them wisely. And ignoring them also puts you in the seat of being able to use them as options, meaning transmute the definition of an emotion. You see? Because anger is one thing, but passion is another thing. They represent the same frequency, right? Rage. Yes? Passion. They have two different feelings when you say the word, but as an energy, they're the same thing that you can redefine. The skill of redefining them comes from you being able to detach from it and look at it for what it is as an energy. And then going, rage is a sharp tool when you can convert it to your highest intentions. It's a sharp, razor sharp precision tool when you can convert it to your highest intentions. You see? And this is a spiritual power that you have. This is a button. This is a button in your spiritual game. I'm going to start bringing this out for an analogy. This is a button in your spiritual game. So just as a reference point, family, I hope I've got some stuff here. I'm bringing out the box for you guys. We've got the console. We've got the console here. Yes? This represents the framing, the structure, the network that we all come from. What we call life. Maisha is this. Then you have the control pad that moves life. And then, I don't have any with me right now. I think I left them all at my mum's house. And then you have the game that goes in. That would be you. You are plugged in. You. My name's Mikkel. So Mikkel is here. Lights on. Game on. That's Mikkel. Bam. That's you. Simon. Everett. Adiola. You know what I'm saying? That's you. Plugged in. You plugged into life. And your game is there. Then the spirit is what controls the game. The spirit is the medium between the life force, yes, the essence, the fabric, and the story, the journey. What I'm here to help you with is to understand this control pad. Yes? And all the buttons. Yes? All the buttons that make up the movements that happen in this game. All the buttons. There's a pause button. There's a movement button. Yes? There's a special powers button. There's a secret button here. Yes? There's a booster pack. What is the booster pack? Yes? You see? And then what happens when we do them together? Yes? This is what I'm here to talk about. When I say the spiritual game, take that reference and understand that this is what we're here to talk about. This is the control. These are the buttons. I'm doing it upside down. These are the buttons on your control pad. These are the buttons. These are the buttons. And if you can see, and what I'm gonna do before I let you guys go is I'm going to just name the buttons. I'm gonna name the buttons right here. And as we go further in this, if you guys want more, well, I'm gonna give it to you anyway. It doesn't matter. Yeah, these are the buttons in the order of hierarchy: peace, oneness, wisdom, emotion, energy, which is power, love, justice, will, imagination, affirmation, meditation, pleasure, peace, oneness, wisdom, emotion, love, justice, will, imagination, affirmation, meditation, pleasure, peace, oneness, wisdom, power, love, justice, will, imagination, affirmation, meditation, pleasure, peace, oneness, wisdom, power, love, justice, will, imagination, affirmation, meditation, pleasure. That is the joystick. That is the control pad. Yes, that is the control pad. Hidden buttons. The combination, those are 11 buttons. I don't know how much is on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever. Yeah, those are the buttons for your spirit to help you with your game. Holla at your boy. My name is Mikhail, the Energy Family, and I am a spiritual games coach. I help people understand how to find and play their spiritual game, their unique spiritual game. Guaranteed, you have been sent into this life for a purpose, a game you are here to play. Unlike anyone else's, you have been sent here. Within that purpose is a challenge that you must fulfill. You must answer this challenge. You have to solve this problem. You have a problem you're here to solve. So you've got a purpose, and that purpose has a problem attached to it. And connected to solving that problem, your dedication to solving that problem will help you uncover your power. You have special, very special spiritual powers that's already shown up in your life and is there in everything you do, but you haven't been given the ability to see and observe the power in motion. It's there right now. You have a purpose, you have a problem, you have a power. That power, solving that problem, which aligns you with that purpose, is going to bring you on the rhythm of heaven, known as pleasure and peace. Heaven on earth is a flow between pleasure and peace. The power meeting the problem. That is heaven on earth. Yes? The power can never be taken from you. You can only be coerced and convinced to use it against yourself. But it can never be taken from you. And the problem can never be taken from you. You can only ignore it, right? You can only redefine it. It will always be your problem. And it being a problem, again, this isn't a problem meaning it's negative. It's just a problem. It's the thing that helps you oscillate that in and out breath. It's just a problem. Everyone has been sent here to solve a problem. That is the contract for being alive. You have to have a problem, or else you're not going to be able to enjoy life. The problem is going to engage the power. The exercise of the power is going to allow you to elevate and evolve beyond yourself. That elevation is what's going to help you enjoy the game. For example, what is a game without levels? How can you enjoy a game without knowing you can overcome something and experience something else as a result of you overcoming? What is the point of it? There is no point. So just like every game, there's levels to this shit, you know? Just like every game, there's levels to this shit. And you have levels. And the only one in control of your levels, we've all, but look, pass the control pad. Pass the pad, you can pass it. But you're the only one in control of your game. So you also control your levels. So if there's something you're not being able to level up on in your life, you can look left for inspiration. You can look right for inspiration, family. But it's going to take, ultimately, a certain level of guts and submission to your intuition, your inner being, your own rhythm, to level up the way you have been called to. You see? So now is not the time to judge yourself based on someone else's standards or lifestyle. Now's the time to go even more daring, more wild, more risky. Because let's face it, the regularly walked path, you know what I'm saying? The open path, the well-trodden path, well, it's now for robots. It's now for AI. When it comes to the right way, the straight and narrow, well, we got AI for that. Right? The proper way is being done by robots. It's now time for you to jump in the most unique aspect and quality of yourself. One that cannot be replicated by an artificial intelligence, but one that is directly connected to your own OI, your organic intelligence, your natural rhythm. And that's your spiritual game. You've got one job left. AI is coming for everything that you do. You've got one job left, and that's to play your spiritual game. That's it. That's it. And I guarantee you, doing that, focusing on that, dedicating yourself to that, it's going to free you in every aspect of your life. Career, relationships, family, community, business, spiritual health and fitness. It's all resting on your ability to play your spiritual game. So, Are you in the game, though? Let's keep tapping in, family. Right? I want to share notes with you. I want to share with you what I do, practices that I share with people. And if anyone wants to jump in one-on-one with me, come and do that. It's the new year. Things have just started getting popping. And now's a good time, as it's activation season. Now's a good time to set a new rhythm and dance to it all the way. All right, family. Thank you for tapping in with me, and we'll speak again soon. Peace in, love,